British Report 24. King Charles has just made a move no British monarch has dared in over half a century, and it's shaking the British government from the inside out. What began as a private letter between the Prime Minister and the palace has now spiraled into one of the biggest constitutional standoffs in modern history. Last Tuesday morning, at precisely 9:47 a.m., Prime Minister Keir Starmer sent a confidential message to Buckingham Palace. In it, he urged King Charles to suspend all public appearances in London for the next 3 months. His reason? Alleged security concerns tied to Labour's upcoming reform agenda. But just 2 hours later, the King did the opposite. He added new engagements to his calendar, 5 of them, including a surprise visit to meet veterans in the East End. That single act of quiet defiance has now ignited the biggest royal government clash since 1936. Inside Downing Street, panic spread fast. Phones rang off the hook, and one message reportedly circulated through senior officers: the palace has gone rogue. But according to leaked Labour documents, this was never really about safety. Internal memos revealed the government's true concern was political optics. Party strategists warned that royal appearances were fueling patriotism and national pride, sentiments that didn't align with Labour's messaging. One leaked email from strategist Morgan McQueenie stated bluntly, "The monarchy represents everything Labour must dismantle." When Conservative MP Jacob Rees-Mogg read those words aloud in Parliament, the chamber erupted. Even usually cautious BBC reporters called the moment electrically hostile. Outside Westminster, the backlash was fierce. Veterans across the country took the move as a personal insult. James Morrison, a 67-year-old former Royal Marine, spoke tearfully outside the Imperial War Museum, "We didn't fight for this country so politicians could tell our king where he can and can't go." The clip went viral, and within hours, hashtags like #DefendTheCrown and #HandsOffTheKing were trending nationwide. By the next morning, over 400,000 people had signed a petition calling for Starmer's resignation. Veteran groups issued formal statements condemning him, and former Colonel Richard Kemp told the BBC, "I never doubted my government's respect for the Crown, until now." His words were shared over 2 million times. Then came King Charles's response, not through aides or press statements, but in front of the world. During the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey, His Majesty said, "Service to this nation is not a privilege granted by politicians. It is a sacred duty that transcends temporary governments and fleeting political wins." The Abbey fell silent. Everyone knew exactly who he was addressing. Palace aides later revealed the King personally rewrote that line several times, refusing to water it down. Within 24 hours, the royal family closed ranks. Prince William visited a military hospital, telling veterans, "My father and I will always be wherever Britain needs us most. No memo will ever change that." Princess Anne attended a ceremony honoring the household cavalry, while Prince Edward took on multiple public engagements. Their message was clear: the monarchy stands united. Markets, however, reacted sharply. The pound fell more than 2% against the dollar, and nearly £9 billion was wiped off the FTSE 100 by the end of the day. Traders warned of constitutional instability. Inside Labour, things were crumbling fast. Several MPs broke ranks, calling the Prime Minister's move reckless and politically suicidal. Leaks soon revealed that Starmer had been warned repeatedly not to confront the monarchy. One 9-page memo accurately predicted everything that's now happening, from public outrage to collapsing polls. Starmer's alleged response: the monarchy needs to understand who's in charge. By Thursday, his approval rating had fallen from 41% to 23%, the steepest decline in modern political history. Cabinet meetings turned chaotic. Reports say senior ministers slammed tables, shouting, "You've created an unsolvable disaster." Even Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner was overheard saying, "Loyalty has limits, and we've reached them." Meanwhile, Chancellor Rachel Reeves quietly gathered support, hosting a private dinner with MPs and union leaders, positioning herself as a possible successor. Her message was simple: the next leader must apologize to the king. Then came another bombshell. During Prime Minister's questions, Conservative leader Rishi Sunak asked one devastating question: does the Prime Minister regret trying to exile our monarch from his own capital? The chamber fell silent. Even many Labour MPs couldn't defend him. By week's end, the Conservatives surged to 38%, Labour fell to 24%, and Nigel Farage's Reform Party saw a surge so large their website crashed twice. Farage, addressing a rally, said, "This is what they fear most." The line instantly went viral. Now, Britain stands on the brink of a constitutional crisis. Parliament reconvenes Monday, and insiders say open revolt within Labour is inevitable. King Charles has already scheduled another high-profile appearance in London, a deliberate act of defiance. 3 cabinet ministers are reportedly ready to resign unless Starmer issues a full apology. The question now isn't if he falls, but how fast. Because at the heart of this crisis is something deeper than politics. It's about identity. Who decides what Britain stands for? A government in power, or a crown that's endured for centuries? As one veteran outside Parliament said, governments come and go. Kings endure. The next few days will decide whether Britain's monarchy remains a symbol of unity, or whether this gamble fractures the nation beyond repair. You're watching British Report 24. Stay with us as we follow this unfolding constitutional storm.